Welcome in from the Los Angeles Sparks, Head Coach Lynne Roberts, Kelsey Plum, and Dearica Hamby. Thanks all for joining us. We're going to jump right into question and answer, and we're going to start with Chico. Chico, go ahead.
Chico Nishon from The Score in Toronto. This question is for Kelsey. What excites you the most about playing in Lynne Roberts' offense? You know, she had her previous teams in college, had a lot of three-point shooting. Just kind of your thoughts on, the new offense and her plans for you this year.
Yeah, I think the most exciting part is obviously playing in space. And I think that, coaches' philosophy about pushing it in transition, playing with a ton of pace, and really like everyone's a threat is very exciting because at this league, you got to have multiple players firing on all cylinders to be extremely effective. So, I definitely understand there's a transition period with any offense that you enter, any sport. If you look at quarterbacks or hockey, soccer, there's a different system. There's a little bit of a transition period, but I do know that when it clicks, it's going to be wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. We'll turn next to Courtney. Courtney, go ahead.
Hey, ladies, this is Courtney from the Real Deal Podcast. Hope you guys are doing well. I got two questions. First, for Kelsey and Dearica, what do you guys admire most about each other's game, and how's that has that partnership evolved over time? So you guys played together with the Aces.
Yeah, I would say her professionalism, her ability to work. The if you look up professionalism, I feel like her picture's in there. She just works and works, and she's committed to her growth. And obviously, she can shoot the shit out of the ball. She can create her own offense. She can get downhill. And so yeah, we're excited to have her, her leadership, and obviously her ability to play basketball at a high level.
I think for Dee, she doesn't get the props that she deserves, and the impact that she makes on both ends of the floor. Night after night, the toughest position in our league, I think, is really the four. And just the high caliber of players that we have, some of the best players in the world are all playing the four. And so, going against people on both ends and holding her own, and not just holding her own, but delivering offensively and defensively. I mean, double machine, moves really well without the ball, extremely efficient, plays really hard with a ton of energy, and just wants to win and is willing to do anything it takes to win. So we've seen D impact winning at the highest level, and I think that it's really cool to be able to partner with her here now to be able to do it together.
I got one more for Coach on that part. We're big on the analytical and statistical side. Excuse me. How will you utilize those things on the player development?
The analytics.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I think the what I appreciate about analytics and why I lean into it is because it's entirely objective. It takes the emotion out of things. It takes the kind of the opinion out or how you're feeling. It's not, you can't rely solely on it. I think it's a science of using those things, but also using what you see, what your eyes tell you, what you're feeling about it, but then using the complete objectivity of analytics. So in terms of player development, I mean, it translates really easily in terms of what players can work on and what, maybe it shows, there's no mystery as to where some holes are or where some weaknesses are or any of that stuff. So I think it goes hand in hand, the analytics and the player development piece.
All
Thank
right,
you. Thank
thanks.
you all three. Thanks.
We'll turn next to Willie. Willie, go ahead.
Thank you. Appreciate it, ladies. Good to see you as always. Dearica, I have some stuff from you already from Unrivaled on Ray. So I'd like to focus, if possible, on Lynne and Kelsey doing something on Las Vegas local Ray Burrell. If you could just give me your comments, Coach, on how you've seen her, her develop since Unrivaled and in camp, and Kelsey, the chemistry that Ray brings to a lineup.
Yeah, I think, Ray she's such a in a word I would just say kind of like a firecracker. She just brings life to every room she comes into, which is fun to have. She's just like everybody on our roster right now. They're learning a new style and a new system, and Ray's no different in that. But her length and athleticism, she is so athletic. And her 3-point shooting has improved, which is going to help us a lot. Defensively, she's really active, but I think she has grown a lot. I think playing in Unrivaled helped her. And I've seen a lot, obviously I didn't coach her last year, but she's going to be a big part of what we're trying to do.
All right, thanks. Go next to Akeem. Akeem, go ahead.
Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a problem, but Akeem Balaam, BeyondTheW.com. Best of luck, of course, this coming season. Just wanted to get your thoughts on, the game that you had against the recently against the Valkyries, that preseason game, and just about just seeing the possibility of that, really developing into a rivalry now that, now we have, two California teams in the W now.
Is that for me?
For anyone who wants to answer.
I think I do think it was pretty cool to be up there and play in that inaugural preseason game, and then we get to turn around and do it again on Friday. That they had an incredible atmosphere. Their fans were ready. You can tell just the community, the city is really excited to have a WNBA team there, which is so cool for the league. Mm-hmm. I think, as we continue to grow, the possibility of what expansion teams can be, I think Golden State has done a tremendous job. So I have no doubt that they will turn into a rivalry just out of just for geography reasons. But I was impressed with their just the atmosphere that they've already created there with the Valkyries.
Richard Deitch, go ahead.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Excellent. This is for the players. Wow, we have bad feedback. I hope that's I wanted to ask you guys a mission-centric question. When the schedule comes out as a player, how much are you paying attention to your games that are on national television or in a high visibility kind of window versus when a game is just being played locally?
So was that to one of the Sparks folks in particular?
That was for both of the players. I can't hear them at the moment. I don't know if their mics are off.
Okay, give us 1 minute. Guys, give us 1 minute. We'll get that set.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, now I can. And this is Richard Deitch from The Athletic. But this is for either or both of the players.
Yeah, I mean, as a competitor, you do know that you're on national TV, but it shouldn't change the way you play. And I think that it is definitely fun to be in those big games, especially like primetime, ABC, CBS. Sunday games are always super fun, like that 3 o'clock tip, no shoot around. I just get up, eat some breakfast, and go play. Those are really fun. But at the end of the day, I mean, to be successful in this league, you got to play the same way you play every game, whether that's just local TV or national.
All right. Next up, Jackie. Jackie, go ahead.
I know.
Hey guys, Jackie from Jackie Ray TV. Good to see you as always. Dearica and Kelsey, this one's for you and probably Coach at the end. She's talked about it's a new day. She's not looking back at all and how she's really relying on the leadership from both of you to kind of lead the young people. Can you talk about what that's been like for you, how you've helped guide this younger team? And Coach, can you talk about how much you rely on both of them to do that and what that means to you?
Yeah, I think for me, my leadership style has been consistent and has kind of stayed the same. But it definitely helps to have Kelsey and like Emma Cannon here to not be the bad guys, but to be the people to be a little bit more fierce in their approach and like their competitiveness. So I kind of wipe the tears and yeah, lead by example, and emotionally lead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for me, like I've grown a lot over the years. I used to be a little bit more rah-rah, and now I'm definitely more in the empowerment state, encouraging, and just try to make sure I lead as an example. Just my energy and attention to detail, and just really trying to empower people, make people feel like the best version of themselves. So I know for me, that's what I love to thrive on is when people really believe in me. So people remember how you make them feel. So I just want everyone to around me to feel empowered. And so that's been my focus since I've been here.
And I would echo that. I think what has been really cool about these two is it's no mystery that they are our best players. And but when your best players are your hardest workers, and they do lead by trying to empower. That's I think the most impactful way that they lead is they do it without ego. They're very confident, but confidence is gained through the work you put in, and the success that gets you. So their work ethic is, it's impossible as a young player to not be affected by that just by being around it. Like Sarah Ashley Barker wanted to work out with KP her first day. And KP looked like she just was warming up, and Sarah Ashley's face was bright red, and but she kept up. But that's just going to make everybody better when they see that this is what it looks like to be an elite all-star at this level. But they're doing it in a way that is not threatening or intimidating. They're doing it in a way of empowering. And so for me as a coach, it doesn't get any better than that when your best players exemplify those type of things.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Turn next to Edwin. Edwin, go ahead.
Edwin Garcia, Silver Screen and Roll here. My question's to Kelsey Plum. Plum, what individually speaking would make this a successful first season for you as a Spark?
Well, I think that I've learned from time. It's okay. It was echoing. I've learned from my time in the league that really your ability to impact winning is going to directly affect your individual success. So obviously, for me, my focus is trying to affect winning. There's a lot of people that can have empty statistics, but I'm really focused on how can I help this team win. I understand where we were last year, and my goal is to significantly change that. So. I think the individual numbers will come. I think people might be surprised by them, but at the end of the day, that's the reason that I was put in this position to be able to carry a heavier load, and I have broad shoulders.
Actually.
All right. Thanks. Turn next to Jasmine. Jasmine, go ahead. All right. Jasmine may have dropped off. We'll go to Rashad. Rashad, go ahead.
Hey, yes, my question is for KP and Dearica. I'm sorry for the repetitive nature of this question, but it seemed like you guys had so much fun in Vegas. Just what is the general joy that you two have of being reunited now this season in LA?
Please feel good. Go practice. You got it.
It's a full circle moment, I think, for the both of us. We definitely enjoyed our times in Vegas. A lot of joy, a lot of fun on the court together. And I know everybody's looking forward to the prank wars for them to come back. But we have, like you said, like big plans for the season, big goals. So we're kind of focused more on that and how we can come together to make that successful.
All right. Thanks. Go next to Andrew. Andrew, go ahead.
Thanks a lot, Ron. First for you, D-Ham, who has the best handshake that you have on the team right now, as well as you, Kelsey? Ask if you have a good handshake. Anyone? And Lynn?
Well, I've been asking Kelsey to come up with one, so we'll get one soon, and it'll be good.
Ray and Rakia are in charge of a lot of that. They're TikTok kids, so we're putting them in charge of that.
And Lynn, just wanted to ask you, since they had a lot of entertaining answers, what's your biggest non-basketball pet peeve?
Non-basketball?
Yes.
We don't have time, man. We don't have time to get into all of those. Man, I don't know.
What's your biggest basketball pet peeve?
Biggest basketball pet peeve is
He said it.
Besides
Yeah.
them throwing it to the hoop.
He said it in
not playing hard. Just
Yeah.
people, I can handle mistakes. It's a game where you're going to make mistakes, but not playing with max effort. It's a pet peeve. I will say in a non-serious, like when people clap for the ball, bugs me.
All right, next up, Jim. Jim, go ahead.
Kelsey, you had a lot of good things to say about this organization when you first, right after the trade, when you first got here. What is it that struck you about the Sparks organization and the way they treat their players?
I would say everything starts and ends with vision. You know, you operate out of a vision. And what really drew me was the vision of what coach sees for this franchise, but also what, you know, management and ownership sees for this franchise. They understand the previous success and championships, but it's been a while. It's been almost 10 years. And you know, in life, you got to adapt and continue to grow and get better. And so I understand that there's been a lull here, and that's everyone's aware of that. And so bringing in the necessary funding, positions to change that, and they were very clear on bringing me in to help with that. And that was part of my individual vision and then also collectively. So I think for me, the visions have aligned and I understand that, you know, I'm here to not only build culture, but affect winning. And, I think that they're on the same trajectory as that. So, you know, that's a process and it takes time, but we also understand that, you know, this is LA, you know, and it's a big opportunity. And let's be real, like there's a new CBA next year. So the impact that we need to make this year is extremely important and time is of the essence. And so we know that. So there's no time to waste. And management, like I said, front office and coach have been extremely urgent. And I think that's very important moving forward for the future of the franchise.
Thank
We
you.
have time. We have time for just a couple more. Going to turn to Mia. Go ahead, Mia.
Good morning. This is Mia from Annenberg Media. When Kelsey got traded to the Sparks, there's a lot of talk about how this is going from a rebuilding team to a championship contending team. I was wondering, can you guys talk a little bit about that and about like your own expectations for the season? This is for coach and both players if you can.
Yeah, I mean, Kelsey and I weren't here last year, and I have not talked about last year at all. I think this is a new team. There's a lot of new players. I think we've got an incredible balance of, you know, veterans that know what it takes. Include, you know, obviously with these two, but there's others. And then we've got some really good young talent that are figuring it out. You know, what are our expectations? How to get back to that? Kelsey just said it. It's a process. You don't go from, you know, not having a good year to being the best in a month. Like it takes time. It takes a lot of work. It takes getting back up when you've been knocked down. It takes continuing to learn and have the humility to see when, you know, whether it's me or players or whatever that need to be better. Like it's a lot of work. So my expectation is that we just continue to climb. And I don't know what our ceiling is this season. It's too early to tell. But I know that this group's going to compete. And I know that we're going to be, you know, it's hard, but we're not just happy to be here because it's LA and it's the Sparks. There's no sentiment of that. I'm here because I wanted the challenge and I want to win. And that's it. Like it's that simple. Who you have in the locker room obviously matters. But you know, who they are matters as well when you're building. I don't like the term rebuild. You know, I just don't. I don't think we're rebuilding. I think we're where we want to be to start really competing.
Right, thank you. Again, just a couple more. We do need to wrap up. I'm going to go to Charlie M there on the West Coast. Charlie.
Chuck.
Go ahead.
Were you talking Charlotte with
Yes, I'm sorry,
FI360?
Charlotte,
Okay,
yes.
I'm sorry. Okay, hi ladies. Just wanted to make sure. This is for the players. Talk about when you guys will be match up against how big is the matchup to play your old team? What will it look like coming into the season? And for you, coach, is there a particular team that you are looking forward to matching up with, as far as this season that you would love to challenge?
Yeah, I get that question a lot, and I think it's pretty interesting because we're in a day and age where people have to stir the pot. And to be honest, I have nothing but love for Vegas, the city, the organization, each woman on that team, the coaching staff, Becky. I mean, I could go down the line of the impact that each individual has had on my life. So I'm forever grateful for my time in Vegas, and there's no animosity or ill will. It was just time for me to grow, and everyone understands that. I understand that, and that's why I took the leap of faith that I did. But leaving doesn't necessarily mean there's anything wrong. It's just time for a new chapter in my life, personally and professionally, and I'm proud of the decision that I made. And it took a lot of courage to do it. So, with that being said, you won't get any stirring the pot from me. Yeah, of course I'm going to go out there and compete when I go to Vegas, like I do everywhere else. So with that being said, if Dearica wants to say anything, that's fine. But for now, like I think we should cut that narrative because there is no one. Like there is no narrative there.
Right, thanks. Guys, this will be our official last question. It's going to go to Nithin.
Thank
For
you.
those of you we didn't get to, I will try to get to you on our next session. Nithin, go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, good morning, all three of you guys. It's Nitya Ramachandra from the NR Media and Worldwide Sports Radio Network. This is a question for all three of you. I want to talk about your fan base. What's it been like for you guys to see the fans supporting you guys throughout the whole year, and then up for this upcoming season, and seeing the fans getting excited and seeing the new team and having Kelsey on board? And I just want to get your reaction on the fans overall being excited.
Yeah, I'll speak since I've been here the last couple of years. Yeah, I think our fans have been super consistent. I think we had one of the highest attendances actually last year. I know crypto is so big though, it's hard to see it at times, but we've had some loyal fans, and I know we're gonna bring them in now from different areas. But yeah, excited. I know they're looking forward to seeing us out there soon.
All right. Lynn, Kelsey, Dearica, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Wishing you the best of luck. We will see you down the road. To our media, we'll see you again at 2 Eastern. We have our session with the Chicago Sky. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.